Very funny meme, but behind the meme, if you guys know, you guys know.
There's a lot of truth to it. I gotta say that this is why Hollywood is dying, because this was intense AF.
Oh, yeah.
Long story short, I think that there's truth to it, but a lot of people would question, does Japan still have it in them to be that crazy imperial, evil, ruthless, but very dominant power again?
Right.
Like, dude, there's people that are still alive that were a part of that whole campaign to take over Asia.
Right, and the fact that majority of the Japanese population are not really talking about it, or they don't even know about it and not really educated about it compared to Germans. So
right, they took a completely different path as a society. The Germans decided to over-educate and over-apologize about it, whereas Japanese simply do not even teach that it ever happened.
I mean, obviously we know what happened in Nanjing and stuff in China, and you are Chinese. What do you think about it?
Man, it's part of history for sure, and yeah, I probably wouldn't want to see Japan get nuclear weapons again, especially depending on who they have as like a prime minister. If they get somebody really aggressive or nationalistic in there. But at the end of the day, I've had an employee that was Japanese whose grandfather probably did horrible things in Nanjing, and I didn't make it a big deal.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we would even have like slight debates about it. You know what I mean? Because he was still kind of on like a little bit of pro-Japanese tip.
Right.
You know what I mean? But what are we gonna do about it, bro? Like, you know, we're just trying to make our way in the West as Asians too. I feel like if we don't set aside some of the Asia beef, we're just never gonna have anything.
For sure. And the past is the past. Whether Japanese people apologize it or not, it did happen. But if you keep dwelling on it, you're just not going to go anywhere. And I know that sounds pretty bad coming from a Thai person who never really had any beef with anyone, any country.
Well, you guys kind of stayed out of it, or if anything, low-key went with Japan.
Low-key, yeah.
So I would say this, man, a lot of the World War II beef stuff, because a lot of the people are still alive, and they are our grandparents and our great-grandparents, and they educate us. I think I wish Asians, we don't really let the grudges go. But like, I wish there was a way we could acknowledge it and then acknowledge that Japan's never going to acknowledge it, but then still just move forward.
Yeah.